My name is Frank Scarano, and I'm a professor in the Department of Medical Laboratory Science here at UMD. The college administration has asked a representative from each department to provide a presentation to help students learn more about the degree options within the college and to describe career paths available to our graduates. Before we get into the details, let's think about the attributes of students who are typically drawn to MLS. Our students usually enjoyed studying science and math in high school. They usually have an interest in human health and disease, and are curious about how the human body functions. Our students also usually enjoy solving puzzles and gathering information from different sources to solve problems and to figure things out. So, what is medical laboratory science? Medical laboratory science is the profession concerned with providing information based on the performance of analytical tests on human body substances. Who are medical laboratory scientists? Medical laboratory scientists are the people who analyze body fluids and other specimens to monitor normal health and aid in detecting, diagnosing, and treating disease. Wow, that's a lot of words. What does that really mean? Well, everyone knows what doctors do, and everyone knows what nurses do. But most people never see the clinical laboratory scientists who work behind the scenes to produce more than 70% of the data that the healthcare team uses to take care of patients. How do the clinical laboratory scientists fit into the healthcare team? To answer this question, let's think about what happens when you are sick and you go to your physician. The doctor tries to determine why you are sick based on your complaints, medical history, and your physical exam. Using that information, she comes up with a differential diagnosis. This is a list of possible diseases that you might have. In order to figure out exactly what's wrong, she will order laboratory tests to narrow down the list. Once the diagnosis is made, more laboratory tests may be required to monitor your therapy. The laboratory tests might include blood tests. What happens after the specimen is collected? The specimens go to the laboratory where the clinical laboratory scientists analyze them and share the information with the doctor and the other members of the healthcare team who are taking care of you. The specimens are not limited to blood, but can also include just about every specimen you can imagine from the human body. For example, almost everyone has had a sore throat and gotten a test for strep. You may recall that the doctor or nurse did a rapid test to see if you had Streptococcus pyogenes bacteria infecting your throat. If the rapid test is negative, they send the specimen to the laboratory so that a throat culture can be performed. The throat culture is more sensitive than the rapid test, and the clinical microbiologist will be able to recognize the bacteria growing from your specimen and let the doctor know if you need to be treated. This is just one common example of what a medical laboratory scientist might do. The specialty areas within the laboratory also include clinical chemistry, hematology, immunohematology, microbiology, and urinalysis. In the clinical chemistry area, we can measure a variety of chemicals and compounds in the specimens to diagnose a huge variety of diseases like diabetes and liver disease. We can also monitor good health and determine risk by monitoring things like cholesterol, hormones, and other proteins. In the hematology area, we study the blood and the blood-forming organs and can help the doctors diagnose things like leukemia and lymphoma. Immunohematology is also known as blood banking, and this is the area of the laboratory where we prepare blood donations for transfusion. Along with the typical red blood cells that everyone knows about, there are many other products, tissues, and organs that can be used to help patients in need. In microbiology, we don't just study bacteria, but we also learn about parasites, viruses, and fungi. From the patient's perspective, probably the most important job we do in microbiology is antimicrobial susceptibility testing. This is where we take the exact organism that is causing your infection and test it against a collection of antibiotics to let the doctor know which ones will work and which ones probably won't work. Where are medical laboratory scientists employed? Most work in clinical laboratories in a hospital, but there are many applications for our skills and knowledge, including computer information systems, sales, industry, and much more. There are opportunities in biomedical research. There are environmental applications. Some medical laboratory scientists have careers in forensic science. The molecular genetics techniques we learn also have broad applications in biotechnology and biomedical engineering. Clinical laboratory scientists can also become educators. And clinical laboratory scientists can continue their education in the field of medicine going on to medical school or other professional or graduate schools. The job market for clinical laboratory scientists is excellent right now and will continue for many years to come. We are happy to report that 100% of our graduates find jobs in our field within 6 months, and most have job offers before they actually graduate. Oh, and the salaries are very comfortable too. If you'd like to learn more about majoring in medical laboratory science, please feel free to contact me and I'll be happy to answer your questions and talk with you more about our curriculum and our profession. Thank you very much.